Good afternoon. As always, the first item of business this afternoon is time for reflection. And our time for reflection leader today is the Reverend Tony Stephen of Banchory Church of Scotland Youth Ministry. Stephen.
At school, I was forced to do something called Scottish country dancing. I hated it. I had to learn embarrassing things like the Paddy Ba, and even worse than that, I had to dance with girls. I couldn't get any of it right. So every week, at exactly the same time, I became prone to a mysterious tummy bug, which meant I could sit at the side in fear and learn absolutely nothing about Scottish country dancing. I then carefully avoided all kinds of dancing until I came to Banchory. And there, at my first Ceilidh, I learned a wonderful secret. You see, the young people in Banchory couldn't give a hoot about the rules of Scottish country dancing. You're just as likely to see them bouncing around like kangaroos or pulling John Travolta shapes as you are of seeing a formal set or a Paddy Ba. They know the secret is not in getting the steps right. They're there to dance themselves dizzy, to laugh themselves hoarse, to squeeze every drop of flavour from the occasion. And they're able to let go, which is something I find hard to do. And so I've savoured every moment of every Ceilidh I've had with those young people in Banchory. In Mark's Gospel, some people confronted Jesus. Why do the followers of John the Baptizer and the Pharisees take on the discipline of fasting, but your followers don't? Jesus said, when you're celebrating a wedding, you don't skimp on the cake and the wine. You feast, as long as the groom is with you. There's a time for dancing and a time for fasting. Someone once told me he'd be more interested in Christianity if Christians looked a bit more like they'd been saved. Not a week goes by where I don't hear a bad news story about our young people today. Well, people who say that haven't met the 50 or 60 young people that I spend my week with each working week, and they remind me daily that they know exactly what Jesus was talking about. After all, Jesus came to start a movement, not an institution, to invite us to a dance, not to a funeral. Maybe you signed up for a movement, and you feel sometimes that you're propping up an institution. Maybe you feel you spend too much time sitting at the side in fear. I pray that the words of Jesus and the example of our young people can inspire you like me again, so that whether we know the steps or not, and the band strikes up, I want to be one of the first out of my seat. Grace and peace to you all today. Amen.